It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Welcome to the morning show on XL7-TV. I'm Bob Richtenwald. This is Scooter.
Whoop, whoop.
Scott Callies.
How are you?
It's another Monday.
It's another Monday. It is Monday. Imagine that. It's Monday on a Monday.
Monday on a Monday.
Doesn't happen too often, I guess.
Did you have an exciting weekend?
Not a real exciting weekend. Didn't do a whole lot. Did some work on my vehicle and a few things that needed to be done. So
Piddle-paddled around it.
Yeah.
Nice weather, though.
Beautiful, beautiful weather. It needs to continue just like this for a while.
How long?
A while. Till I tell different.
Oh. Got a promotion, did you? You're now in control of the weather.
I wish. Actually, I'd probably be in a lot of trouble if I was in control of the weather.
Yeah, probably so.
Not be good.
Probably so. Kids are all good?
Kids are good. Austin is, of course, up over in Fayetteville, and I guess he's now considered a Sigma Pi.
Okay.
Yeah. And Caitlin is in medical school, and she's having a great time over there, so they're doing good.
Sigma Pi.
Sigma Pi.
What were you? Apple?
Nah, he went and did the whole sorority thing, and they call that sorority and fraternity week or whatever.
I was gonna say sororities are for girls.
Yeah, well,
aren't
it's fraternity week, whatever. Sorority, fraternity, they do it all together. But
they? Greek week.
Greek week, yeah. And then ended up getting bitted in, so I guess he's a Sigma Pi.
So what does that mean? What's the purpose of that?
I have no clue. More power to him.
How much more does that cost per year?
Quite a bit. Quite a bit.
Does that mean he gets to move into a frat house next year?
I believe that he will have that option. It also, in the one he got into, I mean, reading some of the things they do, you know, they spend, I think 3 days a week, 3 hours on study as a group, and they do, I mean, they expect you to maintain certain grades and certain this and that. So it can be a positive thing.
Does that study include the composite of an aluminum can?
No, that's completely separate, but that happens. It probably happened all last weekend.
All righty.
So, yeah, they, of course, he's got 8 weeks that he's got to dress up every day. I think 3 days a week he's got to be in a suit and tie, going to class.
Does he own one?
Huh? He owns one, but he's going to have to get some more.
It'd be the same one every time.
Yeah, same one every time. But, yeah, he's got to dress up for 8 weeks. Like, oh, man.
That should be fun.
Yeah, he's going to hate it. He's got to be clean shaved.
Oh?
Yeah, for 8 weeks. They got a lot of stuff they got to do.
Well, he did it for 17 years, so 8 weeks shouldn't be too bad.
There you go. Just during wrestling season. Then he let himself go.
Most of the time.
But he'll be all right. It hopefully it'll be a good thing for him.
There you go. How about the morning prayer brought to you by Hospice
Of the Ozarks.
of the Ozarks? Oh, you already had it up.
Yeah, I popped it right up.
As
soon as you
Hospice
said
of
that.
the Ozarks. There to help you in your time of need, maybe? I'm not quite sure how that...
I could see that. I mean, it's a tough business because it's one of them you hope you never need, but when you need them, you're so glad they're there and who they are. Because they really, really will take a lot of the...
Not just the patient, but the family as well.
Yes. And that's one of their big things. Like I mentioned before, my wife's grandmother went there, and it was amazing how much time they spent with us and the family. We're knowing through every step that they're going through and what they're doing to make them completely comfortable. And it's a great place. It really is. If you get a chance to meet anybody there, you'll understand they truly have a calling for what they do.
There you go. Morning prayer brought to you by Hospice of the Ozarks. Lord, we just thank you for the day that you've given us. Lord, thank you for the weather that has been tremendous. Lord, we just pray that you will continue to bless us and keep us as you always do. Lord, we just pray that you will be with the children as they come into school this morning, as they make their travels on the way in. Give them travel mercies. Lord, we just pray that you will be with our government from the federal level to the state, to the county, and to the city. Help them make decisions that are good for all, not just for them personally. Lord, we just thank you for having a hand in creating our nation and creating our world as it is today. And Lord, we just pray that you'll continue to keep your hand upon us. It's in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Hospice of the Ozarks. Give them a call if you have any issues or needs. They'll be glad to help you. And now we're going to take a quick break, brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty, 870-405-0793, retiredtoarkansas.net. We'll be back in just a moment.
Oh, honey, we've had such a wonderful vacation here in the Ozarks. I really hate to go home.
I know. The lakes, the rivers, they've all been great for fishing. Oh, and the boating and the swimming.
And the people are so nice in the stores and restaurants.
Let's call an agent and see if we can make Mountain Home our new home.
Call the Z-Team, 870-405-0793. Century 21 Lee Mack Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East Mountain Home.
870-405-0793. Hello, Z-Team?
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time for the weather, the dam reports, and the lake levels, brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty. 870-405-0793 is their number. retiredtoarkansas.net is their website. Go there, click on live views, and see what you can see. That's pretty cool today.
Yeah. It's got a little bit of fog, but it's kind of high and still see the river and everything. I like it.
Yeah, can't see the bridge.
Nope. Here's your shot. Since we're on it, I'm going to click over to it.
There you go.
That's a pretty shot.
That's pretty cool. A little smoke on the water.
Smoke on the water.
Uh-oh, now he's singing. That's scary. These are live shots brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team, at retiredtoarkansas.net. You can go there, click on MLS listings, and see what's available in our area. And you'll find out that we live in God's country for sure. These are beautiful shots. There's about 15 or 16 of them that will rotate throughout the day. You can leave it on there as a screensaver. It will just continue to go around. That little little gravel bar right there lets you know that it is low, low, low. Don't you know?
Yeah, I don't know that I'd be wanting to take a boat ride up through that section.
I believe I'd be fishing the other end.
It would make me a little nervous. A little shallow.
Little shallow. Bob and Linda Zadora brings you these shots every day. This is the beautiful White River that splits Baxter County, Arkansas from Marion County, Arkansas. Let's read through some temperatures. Currently in Mountain Home at 61, Harrison 62, Batesville is 60 along with Yellville. Marshall is 57, Salem is 61, Mountain View is 57, Calcarock and West Plains are both 61. Springfield, Missouri is 66, Poplar Bluff, Missouri 57, and St. Louis, Missouri is 61. And there you go. Let's take a look at the radar. We got some rain up north around Kansas City, Missouri, going through Oklahoma. Hopefully that rain will stay away today, from here anyway.
I think they're calling for it this evening.
Later on, I hope.
Yep.
With quite a bit of rain going up through Illinois, through the Chicago area, from Rockford, Davenport, Iowa, up into Detroit, Michigan. Oklahoma's going to have pretty much a rain-filled day, it looks like. Watches and warnings. Either that's not updated or we're all clear.
No, that's updated.
Looks like we're all clear. Arkansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Kansas, most of Louisiana, Texas, Alabama, a little bit of something going on in Texas. Special weather statement going on in Tennessee and Kentucky. That's probably got something to do with them rain showers going through there. 7-day forecast today. Increasing clouds, high of 83, low tonight of 63. Showers, then showers likely. Tomorrow, rain likely, then chance of thunderstorms, high of 73 tomorrow. Tomorrow night, low of 55. Mostly sunny on Wednesday, high 75 degrees. Wednesday night, low of 55. Partly sunny on Thursday, high of 73, low of 54. And on Friday, mostly sunny, high of 75. Friday night, it's going to be low near 53. Saturday, sunny, high near 76. Saturday night, low of 54. And then Sunday, high of 76. Pollen and algae. Tree pollen today is moderate, none tomorrow, none on Wednesday. Grass, moderate today, none tomorrow, none on Wednesday. And ragweed, very high today, moderate tomorrow, and high on Wednesday. Lake levels and dam reports. Lake Norfolk, no generation at this time. Lake level of 553.27, which is 1.27 above full pool of 552. Lake Bull Shoals is generating 1 at this time at minimum flow. As you can tell by the pictures, not much water coming out there.
No.
With a lake level 657.67, which is 1.33 above full pool of 6.5. Below full pool of 6.59. And there you go. Lake levels, dam reports, and all the updates brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team, Century 21 Lemac Realty. 870-405-0793 is their number. Retiredtoarkansas.net is their website. These are realtors you can recommend to your friends, or they're friends that you can call your realtors, either one.
Yeah.
Give them a call.
Works both ways.
Both ways. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV. We'll be right back.
Hi, Brett, Fritz, and Paisley here at Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road. Mower Warehouse has the largest selection of Ferris zero-turn mowers in stock. 0% financing available. Mower Warehouse also services all brands of mowers. We offer free delivery. Come see us for all your mower needs. That's Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road, where your business is appreciated.
Going on now through June, up to $500 off select mowers at Mower Warehouse, with no money down and payments as low as $89 per month.
Have you ever?
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time for community news and happenings brought to you by Mower Warehouse. Mower Warehouse is located on Highway 178 East out towards the bypass, about a quarter mile from the bypass on the right-hand side of the road. Never fear, you'll know you're there when you see the mowers in the air. Rebates going on over there,
Rebates still going on to the end of this month. They're big rebates. They also offer financing. They've got no money down and 0% interest, so they can get you in a mower without killing your pocketbook. Or a weed eater. Or leaf cleaner upper stuff.
A leaf cleaner upper stuff.
Because there's more than leaf blowers. I mean, there's other things that they got. Generators.
Cleaner upper stuff. So there if I go in there and say, hey, I need to look at some leaf cleaner upper stuff.
They'll take care of you, trust me.
They're going to take care of me.
They will.
All right.
They'll know exactly what you're looking for.
They're going to go,
Let me show you this doodad over here.
Scooter sent you?
Yeah, Scooter sent you.
Fundraising event on Saturday the 23rd for Cross Trail Outfitters. It's a youth hunting and fishing club. From 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Doors open at 5:30. It's at Twin Lakes Baptist Church Hope Center at 2645 Highway 62 Southwest. Tickets are $25 a piece at Rivertown Gallery at 3512 Highway 62 West. You can give them a call at 870-425-3898 for more information. It's the CTO Buffalo River, Arkansas chapter. And do you know much about these folks, Scooter?
Well, we're fixing to because they're going to be in Wednesday.
Are they?
Yep. They're coming in Wednesday, kind of talk about what all they do. They do a lot with the kids. They really do. They take a lot of kids out in the wilderness, teach them different things, and it's really neat.
For more information, contact Dwayne Hayda. He's the Arkansas State Director, 870-404-7999, or dhayda at teamcto.org. You know, we talked about this for a long time, way back when, and now it's time to start talking about it again. It's the Baxter Health Pites Cancer House fishing tournament.
It's a big tournament.
It's going to be a nice tournament. It's $250 registration for a two-person team. Registration begins on the 18th, which is not too far away, next Monday.
Yes, so you need to register right when it comes up because there's limited spots.
This is the third annual Kick Cancer in the Bass Benefit Fishing Tournament, Saturday, November the 4th on Bull Shoals Lake. Bull Shoals Boat Dock is where it'll kick off from. It benefits Pikes Cancer Support House, a community outreach for Baxter Health. And tell you what, it's going to be a pretty good-sized tournament. If you want some more information, get a hold of Miss Melissa Hudson at the Cancer Resource Coordinator. Her phone number is 870-508-2273 or mhudson@baxterregional.org. There'll be all kinds of prizes. There'll be all kinds of goodies going on there. Be a good time. You got anything else that you want to bring up?
I really don't.
While we're bringing up?
I really don't. Be honest with you.
Leaf stuff.
Yep, leaf cleaner upper stuff.
Cleaner upper stuff.
Yeah, you got to get the whole thing in there.
Well, I was trying to forget it, but that's okay.
You probably just Google that and it'll come up with everything you need.
Oh, a whole full list on Google. This has been Community News and Happenings brought to you by Mower Warehouse and Mountain Home. You know you're there when you see the mowers in the air. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV. We'll be back in just a moment.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
All you've ever wanted was a place to write your story. You hear it's not the right time to buy or sell a house, but really, the best time is when it's right for you. The real estate markets, they change, they go up, they go down. One thing that doesn't change is where you want to be in your life. The professionals you team up with will make your story happen. The Z Team are the professionals you need to hire for your next chapter. So call the Z Team at 870-405-0793, Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East, retiredtoarkansas.net.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time for Monday Morning Sports Update. Scooter, Friday night was ugly.
There ain't no positive way to say it. It wasn't pretty.
It was not pretty.
It was not pretty.
I can't imagine that Coach Harry is very happy after that game on Friday.
No, he didn't look happy during the game on Friday.
You know, it's you come into a game like that after having a nice historical win over a Harrison team like we had, and then you meet up with the number one team in the 6A West and the number one team overall in the state. It's just it's hard because the guys.
That's a good way to put it.
The guys are thinking they're bulletproof and 6'7", and you come in and you hit a buzzsaw like Greenwood, and Greenwood's a very good football team.
Greenwood is. I mean, not taking anything away from them. They're a great team, and they're number one seed for a reason. But going into a game like that, I mean, you got to be firing on all cylinders. You've got to keep delivering every single play. That, you know, when we watched Harrison that first half, we went in there with so much force, and we were just dominant over that first half. And you've got to bring that, even if you're not delivering every play. going against somebody like Greenwood, but that's the confidence in the fight you got to bring to the table, and you've got to look for any little opportunity they give you and capitalize on that, because there's not going to be very many.
They didn't give
No,
very
that's what I'm saying. There's not very many. I mean, they are a very tight team. Greenwood played very tight.
Their star quarterback, Archer, he went out in the first half.
Yeah, I hadn't heard anything on.
Robert told me that he walked out with him and his dad, and his dad said that it was not his throwing arm; it's the other arm.
Okay.
It was his wrist, and that they are planning on wrapping his wrist and letting him play next week. But he broke his wrist, so I can't imagine that he'll play this week.
No.
Wishful thinking on Dad's part.
I understand, but yeah, I doubt it.
Tonight, Mountain Home Bombers will host Harrison. They'll come in for a 7th grade game and a JV game. That'll be at Bomber Stadium. I have that start time. Did you happen to print out Benita's?
I didn't print it, no.
Do you have it?
I can bring it up on my phone.
I'm trying to bring it up on my phone, and they ain't wanting to cooperate.
All right, so what we got this week?
Here we go. I got it. Mine came up finally. Well, I say it. Tonight we have football. Starts at 5 o'clock at Bomber Stadium. 7th grade Spirit Squad pitchers will be being had. There's a volleyball game versus Marion at Marion. That starts at 4:30. That's for junior high JV and junior high varsity. Tomorrow there'll be a golf match. We've got Coach Dell Leonard here. He'll be visiting with us about that. There's some tennis going on this week. Cross country has started. Volleyball on Tuesday. Nothing. We have golf on Wednesday. A lot of things going on. And then Friday, the football team will take the trip to Lake Hamilton. But it's a
long trip.
A long trip, yeah. The long trip to Lake Hamilton.
Yes.
But, I had a lot of people say, oh, yeah, well, the barn, here we go again, here we go again, here we go again. And, 2 weeks ago, after the Harrison game, don't y'all get your hopes up. One game doesn't make or break a team. Okay? That's when you win. Guess what? One game doesn't make or break a team when you lose either.
Yeah, so, that's true.
That's my point of contention there. We can bounce back from this.
Well, we can. There's no doubt. And, everybody has off games, and everybody just, I just don't think that we were firing on all cylinders on that game. And I know that Aries having a talk with them, getting them to regroup, get their mind right again, and get back into it. So I really do think that we'll bounce back from that.
Yeah, I do too. I don't know of anything else going on this morning, Scooter. You?
Not sports-wise.
Not sports-wise. Do you know of anything else going on?
Nope. I know nothing. I can prove it.
I can tell. That's the way it is.
I know we got Dell here. He knows everything that's going on.
Well, let's go to commercial. We'll bring him in here in just a little bit. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV. We'll be back.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home at Letty.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. This morning, my guest is Coach Dell Leonard. And you don't have that up there this morning.
Oh, I didn't switch it. I'm going to switch it right now.
He's
Go
sleeping.
ahead.
Coach Dell Leonard, the Mountain Home Bomber golf coach. Coach, it's been a busy season.
Been really busy. We've got a busy couple of weeks coming up as well.
Conference match was already had?
We have the conference tournament a week from Tuesday. So I'm trying to get ready for that. We've played a lot of schools in our conference throughout the season. Tomorrow we'll play at home against Melbourne and Salem. That's boys and girls. Wednesday we go to Harrison for varsity boys and girls, and then we just start to prepare for the conference tournament next Tuesday.
How y'all been faring this season?
Our girls are in a bit of a rebuilding phase. We have one player who has a lot of experience in Abby Edens, and she's having a good year individually. Everyone else is just grinding and getting better every day. Anna Torres is Abby is a sophomore. Anna Torres is a sophomore. We have two girls that are seniors, but it's their first year to play golf. That's Jordan Massey and Abby Green, and they are grinding and getting better every day. And then Emma Baxley's a freshman, and she's new to golf, and she's working hard.
The golf season starts, for folks that don't know, it starts before school starts.
It starts before school, and really if you're going to be good at golf as an individual and then eventually, as a team, then it's something you have to enjoy doing on your own, and you have to work hard at it, and you work hard outside of what's considered the golf season. And fortunate for us, we do have a group of boys who really have done that, and we have 12 boys on our team. 5 of them are freshmen. We've got Luke Dismore, Tegan Bowie. We have Brendan Huggins, Cody Cormican, and Braxton Blagg are all freshmen. We have no seniors. We do have 4 sophomores. We have Aiden Havens, Jake Bashirs, Jack Coleman, and Salen Elmore. And then we have 3 juniors, Lincoln Sherry, Ian Ellison, and Chase Berwald. And the boys' team starting to peak at the right time. Last week we played at Alma at Eagle Crest. Alma and Van Buren hosted that match. And we had 5 young men that came away in the 70s. So Ian Ellison shot a 72, Chase Berwald 74, and then we had Cody Cormican, Jack Coleman, and Salen Elmore each with a 78. And I didn't know till halfway through the match, but Ian and Chase were both pretty sick, and so they played that well even after not feeling great.
Who's been your toughest match so far this season?
Well, we've went head-to-head with Harrison a few times just because of how close they are. It's going to be in our conference, Russellville, Harrison, and Van Buren. We're going to have to get past one of those just to qualify for the state tournament. Our league, the state association, only takes 3 out of 8. The boys have missed the state playoffs by 1 stroke the last 2 years. So I would say Harrison, Russellville, and Van Buren right now would be our biggest focus. Now, of course, when we have our invitational tournament, we play against some really good programs such as Rogers and programs like that. But right now, I wouldn't be afraid to put our boys' team up against anybody.
You say you don't have any seniors. What happened to your juniors from last year?
I think they saw what was coming behind them in a lot of ways, and it's just one of those cycles where a lot of kids in that class didn't play.
It's as much dedication as it takes to play on the golf team. You would think that they would continue to keep it going.
Well, and you have a little bit of a dilemma because sometimes the kids get the bug a little too late, and we have had years where you could shoot in the 80s, maybe even low 90s as a senior, and you might crack the top 5, but that's not where we want to be. Mm-hmm. And now we are at a point where we've got guys, breaking 80 on a regular basis, and that's what you want. That's what you want to build to get to. And we've worked really hard to get to that point. And not only do we have that this year, but we have all of them returning next year and hopefully pick up some more.
And golf will actually start on the senior high team as a freshman.
Yes, correct? And we don't. One thing we don't do is cut freshmen, even if they've never played. And we'll find them equipment. We'll help them get started. But after that freshman year, once we've helped them set that foundation and that base and kind of show them the ropes on, okay, here's what you need to do, then it's up to them to put the time in. And then coming to their sophomore year, there will be more accountability.
They need to figure it out real quick.
Mm-hmm. If you're going to have the type of program that has a chance to win championships, then it can't just be something that is considered a social club.
There you go. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back with Coach Dell Leonard. Be back in just a moment.
At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville. If you're looking for something wonderful and delicious, head on over to Paradise Cream for a homemade ice cream experience. With over 20 flavors like German chocolate cake and sea salt caramel, it's always homemade and delicious. Paradise Cream has something for everyone and also carries dairy-free and vegan ice cream options. So whether you like it in a cup or in one of their homemade waffle cones, you're in for a wonderful dessert experience. Located in Mountain Home next to Ramada Inn or at their Harrison address across from Pizza Hut and Castle Rental. Let Paradise Cream cater your next event because you're on your way to paradise.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z-Team.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Coach Dell Leonard, Mountain Home Bomber Golf. Coach, you do the boys and the girls.
Mm-hmm. Well, I do, and could not do it without a lot of help. And on the girls' side, Brent Edens he's also the golf superintendent out there at Big Creek. That's enough to cause you not to get much sleep. But then he still helps us on the girls' side. He also helps the boys when he can. And then he helps with the youth football program. And I really don't know how much sleep the man gets. And his wife, Marta Edens, is always there helping us with a lot of things that you just kind of need a female on the girls' side. Mm-hmm. Both of them have been awesome the last 2 years. And then on the boys' side, you have Nick Coleman and Andy Westcoat and Scott Sherry have put in a lot of hours. And I give them a lot of credit for where our boys are right now. And you not only when your boys do well, you're not just proud of the kids, but you're proud of those coaches, and they really want what's best for the kids, and they've invested in them, and it shows right now.
When do these student athletes practice? Mornings, afternoons, or both?
Well, it depends. This year it's been a little tricky because, during school it's always 3:45. That's about the best time to give them time to get out there. Some of them, have to get picked up. They don't have a license yet, and some of them can drive, but still you have school traffic, and it's just tough.
Mm-hmm.
When we went through the little heat wave, and the AAA was not allowing kids to practice outside if the temperature, the heat index was a certain level, we would go before school just so we could get practice in. During the summer, it varies depending on the heat. We'll either go, we do a lot of practice in the summer at 6 a.m. and there's a few reasons for that. One is the course is empty, and we get to get out there without clogging up the course and the range and the putting green, the chipping green. When Big Creek does have people paying green fees from out of town that coming in, and we don't want to get in their way. And the other side of that is also to try to beat the heat, but then you have kids who play other sports in the summer, and you also have kids who have jobs. So that 6 a.m. practice in the summer, even though it's not the most pleasant thing for the kids or the coaches, I think it helps us, and it also develops a little bit of mental toughness, which is huge in golf.
Do you have an assistant that's paid through the school?
I do not. No, it's just myself, the head boys and girls coach, and then if I choose to use volunteers, I have that choice. And the people we have helping right now are awesome.
Mm-hmm. The girls, you mentioned that the boys are limited. They'll take the top three. Will the girls be top three as well?
Top three teams in both boys and girls, yes.
Is there any individual going?
If you don't have to be on the winning team, but the individual lowest score or best score in golf will be the medalist, the conference medalist, conference champion.
And they get to go on to play at state? Or
the state tournament for the team, and you still have the medalist and all that for 5A, but then they also have an overall. But you have to play in the state tournament to make the overall. So individuals can still make the state tournament without their team making it. There's a number of individuals that can make it.
Where will the conference tournament be held this year?
Mountain Home at Big Creek Golf and Country Club.
Going to be held here.
Mm-hmm. It's, we were off the air talking about how busy a week it's going to be. It's not just because of the schedule, but because just trying to dot I's and cross T's to get ready for that conference tournament is a big job. And then the girls' state tournament, and hopefully we get to go, is at Valley View in Jonesboro. And then the boys' state tournament is at Van Buren, or Van Buren's hosting it at Eagle Crest, which we played at last week.
For the folks that are new to the area and may not know much about high school golf, they may think that it's just too expensive to let my child play golf, because golf is it's an expensive sport. How does that work out for the student athletes?
We just try to make sure that they know when we go and announce to the school and schools when we're recruiting kids that don't let money be an issue. We will all the time have people donating clubs. Dr. Robin Myers just donated a set of clubs for a lefty the other day, which is very rare, which is nice to get that. Golf balls we provide, kids doesn't have a pair of golf shoes, we're going to take care of that. We just don't let money be an option. And then Big Creek has their junior golf program, which I believe is $200 a year. A lot of places you go and it's the green fees more than that for one round of golf. So we definitely, and the people in the community, Big Creek, and they want the youth involved, and it's as much as possible we're going to try to make that happen.
Well, it's like any other sport. The young ones coming up are the future of the sport.
Oh, yeah.
And if you let it die out, they're gone.
Yeah, and if you look at Big Creek for the business side of it, that's the future of the club as well.
Mm-hmm. Other schools like coming here to play?
Oh, yeah. Salem's coming for the third time this year. Tomorrow, everybody's always calling, wanting matches at Big Creek. I've tried to put more matches at home this year on the schedule simply due to the fact that we are hosting the conference tournament. And then practice has been a little bit different this year as well. We've tried to play a little bit more in practice, have some more blue and gold matches to try and really help our kids be confident and familiar with the course.
You're playing Melbourne at home tomorrow?
Melbourne and Salem.
And Salem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How long does a normal match take? And do the boys tee off same time as the girls?
At Big Creek, we have to do tee times a lot of times because you do have the Men's Golf Association and the Women's Golf Association maybe out on the course. Sometimes we can shotgun start it for a tournament. Most time we're on the road, we'll shotgun start, which means everybody's starting at the same time on every hole. At Big Creek, we'll have to do tee time. So the first group, which is usually the best 4 boys, will tee off at 1, and then you go at 110, 120, 130, and so on and so forth until the last group of girls tee off. It's going to take a really talented group. It's going to take around 4 hours. If you have beginners, it could take 5.5, 6 hours, depending on the pace of play that day with everybody else on the course as well.
Where is Salem's home course?
I believe they play all of their home matches at Turkey Mountain.
And what about Melbourne?
Melbourne has a really nice golf course at Cooper's Hawk, and I think it's one of the best kept secrets in Arkansas, to be honest with you.
Do you play much?
I haven't played much this year. I tore a ligament in my left elbow, had surgery on my right index finger, and when I rehabbed and tried to play, I was already compensating for a bad swing that was already there, so got a little frustrated and quit playing a lot. Now my oldest daughter, Brianna, loves to play. She's got the bug, and every time she comes in, she wants to play, or I'll even drive down there and meet up with her. So started playing a little bit more here lately, and I'm starting to, right here before maybe, I guess, got about another month where you can play, and I'll probably play quite a bit.
What are these student athletes that you have, boys and girls, most of them go to another sport, or?
Yeah, I mean, you look at, just off the top of my head, you talk about kids like Ian Ellison, plays baseball, golf. Lincoln Sherry is a 2-sport athlete, just recently was a 3-sport athlete and condensed to 2. You got kids like Jack Coleman who are in band and also is on the state championship FFA team. He's got his hand in just about everything you can think of. I'm going to have a lot of fun keeping up with Jack. He's going to have a really successful career, and that's going to be a lot of fun keeping up with him. Very talented. I can go down through the roster and think about kids. Cody Cormick and Tegan Bowie, they play basketball and golf. It's just naming kids there. Most of them play another sport.
As a coach, you feel that's important, or you think it's too stressful?
I think it's important. I think it's real important. I don't necessarily agree with too stressful. I think they're living their best life right now, and then their next 4 years of college, go with that. I don't think life gets easier for anybody as we get older. I think you just learn how to deal with things better. And so this stuff about specializing and just doing one thing, I think you're risking burnout. I think you're losing opportunities to enjoy something else. Mm-hmm. And I believe I've told you before when we've talked about basketball that I've had a lot of college coaches sit on the couch in my office or sit in the living room of a player's home, and they want them playing another sport. Now, as far as golf goes, if you're going to say, or any other sport, if you're going to say, well, I just want to concentrate on this, which you get that all the time, and most of them in the off season sit on their thumb, But if you're really, really wanting to grind, and I do think there are exceptions. If a kid is is maybe they know that they're going to are trying to get a scholarship in a certain sport. There are exceptions, but I think that anytime you can be involved in other things, that's really healthy.
There you go. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to shift gears. We're going to talk Lady Bomber basketball. Be back in just a moment.
Hi, Brett, Fritz, and Paisley here at Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road. Mower Warehouse has the largest selection of Ferris zero-turn mowers in stock. 0% financing available. Mower Warehouse also services all brands of mowers. We offer free delivery. Come see us for all your mower needs. That's Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road, where your business is appreciated.
Going on now through June, up to $500 off select mowers at Mower Warehouse, with no money down and payments as low as $89 per month.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. We're shifting gears. We've got Coach Dell Leonard here, but not Mountain Home Bomber Golf. It's Mountain Home Lady Bomber Basketball. Let's talk about that for a minute. How's the off-season going?
Really well. Myself, Coach Husky's on our staff officially stepping in and helping us, in a situation where we weren't able to get an assistant hired. And so he's stepping in, and I really appreciate everything he's doing, especially with all the irons he has in the fire with the athletic director's job. But, man, it's been so much fun, and I know the girls feel it. I feel it. It's been such a productive preseason for us, and we have such a great group of girls. I don't know how much we're going to win. I mean, I cannot sit here and predict that, but I can tell you that we'll have a chance to win, and just doing things right. Kids who work on their own. Lakin Moore has just recently received an offer from Emporia State, who came to watch practice, and then she had an offer from Southern Miss earlier in the year. Anna McCarn has had several people looking at her. Jayla Yonkers has had a lot of looks. So you've got a sophomore and two juniors who are getting a lot of looks. Every time somebody comes to watch, or they always ask about Parker Husky, because she performs so well in practice, and right now Parker doesn't plan to play at the next level, but obviously could. The seniors that we have with Parker and Ashlyn Estes and Ava Fosness are solid as a rock, and anytime you have three seniors like that, then you got a chance to do some special things.
What's Parker think about her dad being their assistant?
I've never asked her, and he does such a good job of just coaching, and it's been one of those years where I don't know if I raised my voice maybe more than once, and that was an early morning game at team camp where we just needed to wake up, but it's just been talking about like this and coaching and the kids just responding, and it's just been a lot of fun.
How many girls from the Lady Bombers teams play in that summer league? Is it
AAU? Parker played. Ashlyn would have played had she not had the surgery we talked about on the previous show. Ava Fosness played at Minnesota before she came here. And then on the junior side, you've got Sarah Williams played, Lakin Moore played, Anna McCarn played. And I know that without looking at our roster, there's someone else probably in the 11th or 12th grade that played that I'm missing. I think Kerry Alkire played some. And then the sophomore side, Jaylee Yonkers played a lot. It's unheard of to have that many kids on your roster in Mountain Home playing that much because of the travel involved when you live here where we live.
Mm-hmm.
But we have, I'd say, half of our roster that plays. And when I say plays, I'm talking about practice isn't, right here or just a little drive away. Practice is in Little Rock, practice is in Fort Smith or Jonesboro. And then when they travel, they're traveling out of state. And a lot of the kids that play AAU, their families don't plan vacations during that time because they spend so much money and so much time investing in their daughters to give them the opportunity to play AAU.
How does that affect you and your coaching ability for those girls when they come back to Bomber Ball?
As long as they have the right work ethic and the right attitude, which they do, then it'll always benefit us. I have been on the other side of it where, I can remember years ago where we had girls that maybe got into a situation where there wasn't a lot of defense taught, or they were just maybe didn't feel like they had to work for what they were getting, and that makes it tough, but we haven't dealt with that in a long time.
These girls come back in off of that summer ball circuit and start working in your gym, start teaching the younger ones?
Well, we generally see them year round unless it's the dead period. We're always in the weight room or in the gym, and obviously with our camp and with Top Flight basketball, our basketball players are all involved with that.
When does Top Flight start?
It's different for each grade. Kindergarten through first grade, or kindergarten through, kindergarten, first grade start at a different time. Then you got second and third grade and so on and so forth. So they have it broke up into increments. But I can definitely get you that schedule.
Does that wait until basketball season starts, or does it start?
No, it varies. It varies, and a lot of it has to do with gym space and what's going on. You got to work with volleyball and softball and different things like that. And you try not to schedule on top of each other so that kids can experience all of them.
The numbers on your basketball team this season, sounds like you've got a pretty full staff.
Got 16 kids and 3 managers, and we consider the managers teammates as well. So I guess you could say we have 19 girls. So it's a good group. And in girls basketball across the state and the country, you don't see rosters that big very often anymore. And it's just in a lot of ways it's a sport that is struggling a little bit with numbers.
Will you have a full-blown JV schedule?
Yes, we're going to play every time we can JV. It just depends on who we're playing and what they agree to do. But we always try. We fight hard for JV.
It's important.
Very important. Very important.
That's one thing that you can notice. You can look at our football program here. For a number of years, the coaches we've had, JV was a secondary, it doesn't really matter. The coaching staff we have now, it's JV really matters.
Well, you can stand on the outside and look in, and Coach Aries is a Hall of Famer in Missouri for a reason, and we're lucky to have him.
The basketball season will kick off when? Right after football?
I believe November the 4th is what we call the Bomber Tip-Off, and that's where we play our alumni, and then right after that, that's a Saturday, and then right after that, we're playing in a tournament at Valley Springs against Mayflower, and we have a really tough schedule. If this team this year were playing last year's non-conference schedule, I'm confident I could tell you that you might be looking at 12-2, 13-1, 14-0 going into conference play. but we have loaded up our schedule, and we're going to play some really good teams early. And you're looking at Farmington twice. You've got a Valley Springs in there. You got Cabot more than likely twice. I mean, those are some of the top teams overall in the state of Arkansas.
These are big schools.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's what we want, though. I mean, we feel like with the team we have and the roster we have and the attitude they have, that we really want to. We're not scared to play anybody.
How much mental does it have on the girls to go into a tough non-conference season like that?
Well, it could work out a lot of different ways, and I think the way the coaching staff handles it has a lot to do with it. But going into it, I believe these girls believe they can beat anybody. Now, what happens win-loss-wise, you got to figure out as a coach how to make that benefit your team as far as mindset goes. And I always say that it doesn't matter who we play or who we beat or who we might come up a little short against. It's not, non-conference isn't putting you in the playoffs. It's also not knocking you out. Mm-hmm. I do believe, I don't know how much that this group will lose. I'm not saying that they will have a perfect record. I just think that if they end up with a loss, it may be more so that they just run out of time, necessarily that they don't get beat.
Mm-hmm. And of course, we'll have the Christmas break tournament.
Yeah, it's a big tournament, and it's December the 27th, the 28th, and 29th. It's one of the original holiday tournaments and one of the biggest and best ones in the state when it comes to the committee that works it and the booster club's involvement and all the sponsors that we have. And we have a waiting list every year, and it's a good one.
And it's already full. Ready to
full.
Go.
It's full. I think that the boys and the girls have had a couple of teams that have had coaching changes that dropped out, and we were able to get somebody pretty quick. So,
how about the junior high programs? Are they?
Coach Jamie Rogers is coaching our junior high. Jordan Campbell's her assistant. They're working extremely hard. Jill Daves is our 7th grade coach, and Craig Jackson is her assistant, and they're also working really hard.
Got a lot of numbers.
Yeah, we've got good numbers. It's one of those deals where you got a lot of kids who haven't played the game much, before the 7th grade, but that's not always a bad thing.
A lot of dedication goes into these youth sports, not only from the coaches, but the players and the parents as well. And that's what it takes to have a successful.
It does. It takes a lot of dedication, a lot of volunteers. To me, it's about how the parents handle it, and their outlook on it. How much do they push? And you don't want to push too much, and kid gets burned out by the time they're in high school. And it's just such a slippery slope in a lot of ways. You don't want to do too much, but you want to make sure that they don't get behind as well.
One question that has come up, we'll go back to golf just for a second. How can spectators watch a golf match?
They just come out.
Do they allow it?
Yeah, they come out, and if they want to walk, they can walk and watch. If they want to rent a cart, I'll speak for Big Creek. You just go into the pro shop and you rent a cart, and you get to drive a cart around. You got to stay on the cart path, and you spectate. And it's not much different than you see on TV, but in high school you can rent a cart, but you'll also see a lot of people out there walking and watching.
Does that happen very much, Coach?
Oh yeah, I mean, most of the kids that are playing, their parents are going to come, or some members of their family will be there.
How do the members of Big Creek support high school golf?
They're, all I hear is positives. I mean, I think those members know that these kids are the future of our program, and they want them there. Now, they also expect them to act right, and if someone forgets to rake a bunker or decides to lose their mind and do something stupid, I'm going to hear about it. But we want to hear about it, and we expect our kids to uphold a certain standard. But the members that I have heard from are very, very supportive.
We appreciate your time. Thank you very much for joining us again.
I always appreciate y'all allowing me to come on and talk about our kids.
There you go. Been watching the morning show on XL7-TV. We'll see you tomorrow.